Hey guys, welcome to the show. My name is Potter. We're gonna thank Forex for surviving his COVID scare. I wanted to kind of go over something that is Drip community special and say glad you're back, Forex, because he's a super avid watcher of the show. Okay, very big, huge. But let's get straight to it, shall we? Hello, folks. Welcome to the Drip Show. My name is Potter. My background is, just in case you haven't been here, even though a very big 66% of the people who come back are people who are subscribed. So thank you very much. As always, I do not ask for you to subscribe. Comments are always welcome. Our commenter of the show is Drip Coach right now, but we have regulars, Cole and Mitch, who also show up to say hi, and we appreciate them very much. One of the things I wanted to go through today is Drip Garden, because something happened that Forex said would happen, and people were like, whatever. And it totally looks like it's panning out. Oh, got a message. It's Cole. Cole, welcome to the 9 o'clock Drip Show. All right, so interestingly enough, so I really give a lot of credit to the marketing DAO, Scott the Investor, Drip Coach, for coming up with this idea, not in any order, because it really has put a focus on something that most people aren't paying attention to. I think I also have to give credit to you, Cole, or Mitch, when you told me how much you had in the garden, because I was like, huh, I wonder, because, oh, by the way, I've got to do this. You've come this far and you've already started to think this. This is not financial advice. No financial advice here. What we do is we catalog what we're doing, but what's happening over time is we're getting a little bit more knowledgeable or learned about what's happening in the drip ecosphere. And so, although I know a lot about that in cybersecurity and development, I don't want to come off like I'm giving any financial advice. We have to be really careful these days with this because, there's something called, one second. I don't know if it's real, but it was called Choke Point 2.0, where a lot of people are convinced that, people are trying to strangle the life out of crypto. But I kind of think it'll fade once the digital currency is released by the US. The EU yesterday was reported to have released some regulations on crypto, so maybe that's promising. But now I'll get out of all the disclaimer stuff and go to what I really want to talk about, which is Drip Garden. So I don't know if you guys remember this page. This is from the old Drip Garden, where Forex talked about, okay, guys, it's going to go, and then it's going to take off. And I really didn't care, because at that time it was like burn the dollar bills. But, we didn't see this happening, right? What we saw was, this part, right? We saw this happening. But around the time of the marketing DAO, I'm not going to say that this is directly tied to it, but I got to tell you, it's eerie with how it kind of took off, right? And so, the value has not gone up, but the value of the LPs have. it's weird. It's just like he said it was going to do. Now, the weird part is like, how can this go down and this go up? But I can tell you from watching Ray kind of show, hey, I'm going to show you guys how to play this game because nobody understands it. And he came incredibly high that, for me, there's no other place to go into other than Forex Shark driven ecosystems, right? Anything in the drip community. So that doesn't mean Forex directly. It could mean drip token. It could be marketing down. It was the most appetizing to me. And a lot of people, I think, are getting in they're playing the game, and a lot of people are ignoring it because, again, your average crypto person playing these games just wants to see numbers go up, not sideways, because they don't go deeper into what's actually happening or understand the game. That's not a discredit to them. They probably have a life and can't do this full time like I can. So let's take a look at some of these other stats. This is the wallet breakdown. Look how many people, and these are the people who are playing. There's like almost 6,000 people who are playing the garden, right? And so this site is Dune.com. You have to search for the garden, but you can take a look at it yourself. But I kind of think this is kind of turning into a little bit of a revealing look at what could potentially be happening, because people are not going to start this. Let me go to cool. I'm very interested to see how the garden plays out, if any products get released that help the price of drip. I don't think, and this is ignorant, right? I don't know, but I don't think that you need products to come out, to exploit it. I think it would be great if it did. And as I look into programming specifically, any idle game, because I've already said any game that I create, unless it's for a client, would use drip, right? So to me, I could acquire a whole bunch of these for a pretty cheap price, and make them some kind of a reward in game for, in a sense, staking, right? But still contribute back to it. Any profits would just burn drip, right? I could split the pair and then go burn the drip with the BUSD, just buy more of the token, so you keep getting less and less, but the more you have to come in or just play the game, then you just burn drip. It's an idle game, right? So one of the things that I researched first was, the referrals, right? Taking a look at those, say, this person has, that's not a lot to be, the number one. So it kind of shows you that you also don't need to just, have referrals either. I don't know. It's just doing something really weird. And I went from, like in the, what is it down here? Look at the contract balance. Like that's something else. This is around the time the marketing Dow kind of took out. Maybe somebody else will make a video like this who reaches more people than I do. But this is not what we're seeing in any of the markets. We're seeing this in the markets. We're saying, that. We're not seeing this. So the drip garden is telling a whole different picture, and it's consistently paying. Take a look at BNB Miner. That thing lasted and still going for over 700 days, over 2 years. And this thing is still pumping. And as you can see, it's not going down. It's kind of going up. Not the price, right? But it's not about the price. Look at this. And even here, you can see it kind of leveled off, you know? So I can't put all of this together because I haven't gotten into the code. I don't understand, all of it. I can just look at the metadata and go, well, that's not normal. And so, what's another one? So go to this one, more analysis. Let's take away everything. So this kind of helps me, like with whales candy. You want to see what the whales are doing, right? And sometimes when the whales are playing as a not whale, you kind of want to go other places. But let's take a look. Looks like a lot of plants sold. Let me bring this over here so I'm not looking that far over. So it looks like a lot of plants sold, right? Look at the plants bought. Like, I wish you could zoom in, but you can't. Thank you, Crypto 586, for this. Very helpful. Take a look at the planted. People are playing. And again, this is different. It's going up. It's not like people have let it go dead. Because think about it, drip still pays out every day. So somebody can claim and break that pair, get BUSD and get drip. Does somebody see something that we don't yet? I don't know, but the data, just data, no ability to draw a line to fact, but the data kind of shows something else, even looking at the people compounding. That means, I believe my interpretation of this is that means more people are coming in and more people are compounding. We have drip. Allegedly, one day we'll have DDD. Allegedly, one day we'll have Plinko. I don't care about those. Right now, you have drip and you have garden, and both of them are paying every day. So I moved my position from like page, where is it? Yeah. So I moved, I'm on page 21 now. When I started my idea, I was like way down here. So let's go down to the bottom. Right? Somebody just got in and said, you know what? I'm gonna play the bottom. So let's go to 1300. Okay, there's people with 8 plants. They got in and were like, hey, where's the money? And that's not the way this game works. And again, it took me forever to understand. But here's some people who kind of played and got out when they were like, hey, you know what? I don't see anything in this. But the way that Forex described the game, let me just go back to this, is the Drip Garden is a true game where all players, just in case somebody is listening and not watching, the Drip Garden is a true game where all players start out relatively equal. And what determines your payout is how often you plant your seeds compound versus how often you sell them withdraw. And then he shows a graph of the buying power over time compared to other games such as, at the time, Shrimp Farmer and Miners. Existing games give insiders over 100,000% more buying power than players who get in after launch. Right? So what I found is that after the launch, I was only saying this, and this didn't last like 200 days, but what you're seeing is, holy cow. No, but everybody was like, hey, I want to get in to drip and I want to make money now. This, not now. 200 days, why don't you just kill me? Even take a look. Look, guys, this is a prospect that it could even go up. And here we are, over 300 days later, and you're starting to see this. Right? Forex goes on to say, as you can see, the Drip Garden increases buying power over time as the balance of the contract grows, ensuring that you will always get a fair rate. There is still a benefit to getting in early because the earlier your plants get in the ground, the larger you can grow your garden and outperform the competition. The time multiplier is designed to attract new waves of capital after we have reached saturation, and the contract growth has slowed due to buying power of new capital creeping up about 0.1%. By non-compounding every day. I don't understand that. This means there will always be a time in the future where it makes sense for fresh capital to come in and kickstart a new wave of gardeners. That's what the marketing Dow did. And when you think about, now let's switch over to a business, right? We have drip businesses now. So this drip business, after it leads its campaign and its goal, oh my God, sorry. And its goal is to get funding to pay for relatively inexpensive advertising, smart advertising versus expensive. This is a good way, right? One of the things maybe I should save that for another show. I'll save that for another show. This other thought I have about drip in general. It deserves a headline. But this is a very real thing. Like it's not made up. There's another one I wanted to show you guys. Somebody else made one. Wallet ranking. Right. And take a look at that. 8.8%. That's bananas. Do you know how much this person makes a day? Drip is still paying out every day. Drip is still worth some value. This person cranks out crazy. So let's take a look. Let's see how many followers this person has. 291 referrals. So now there's a game. This is like whale candy, right? This is a game. And when whales figure out, it'll be not as good for me, but when whales figure out how to play this game, it only means great things for the liquidity of drip. I mean, I hate Forex's delays. I hate them. I'm like, just don't tell me anything. But dang, man, can this guy, nobody saw this but him. Nobody saw it. And he was like, hey, I don't even want to do this, but you guys want it. So it's working. And I can tell you because I went from like making $1 maybe every couple of days to every day I come in, and you can hyper compound this thing. And I've got like $15, $13 at this price. I mean, wow. So that's kind of really what I wanted to talk about. You can use these tools to take a look for yourself. But I'm in the top 100 now. And so there's just a big ass difference, right? And I think that number is only going to go up. I wish that, the reason I don't sign up for this is because they want this. They want you to get a username and they want you to get a password. I believe in OAuth, which means use another authentication mechanism. Don't make me pick a username and give my password and good email address to something that's likely going to have some level of compromise. Just go with OAuth. As a matter of fact, as a cybersecurity professional, I'm saying that, so I can say that authoritatively. I don't ever want to log into anything again. I've got enough IDs. Use one of the other ones that are a big corporation that are constantly monitoring IDs. If you see somebody asking for this, you might want to question it. But if I was a person who wanted to sign up because I wanted to, take advantage of the cool things that the site definitely offers, I would look at this. So numbers versus thought, that makes a difference. Oh, let me see. Cole says, if the price of drip doesn't have a positive impact on garden returns, what do we need to see happen? My garden returns have gone from over $100 a day to about 14 cents. Curious about how that would rebound. The reason that, from my experience, that you've gone from $100 a day to about 14 cents is because you're not putting fresh capital in. So it doesn't have to be $1 zillion, right? If you put in any amount, then you're not having people coming over you. That's what he was saying. Let me go back to this. This model, unlike other models, says, hey, you're not going to get any bonus for coming in early. You're going to get a bonus if you support the ecosystem, right? So for those people who are, are used to the drip, hey, if I just compound, this is not drip, this is a miner. And the mechanisms work differently. But what he did is he added a time option that completely changed that as well. And the proof is in the pudding for what I've been able to do. I was like you. I was going, compound. But what I wasn't thinking of was the people who are coming in with fresh capital who are getting more than I initially contributed, right? So you kind of caught up for what you put in, but you haven't put any new capital in. So you get what you have and you're not playing the game. You're treating it like the old DApp. This game is different. And so I'll go back to, what is it? What is this guy? Was it this guy or gal? Oh my God. 8%. So there's another game I'm in on Fleaboro, on Phantom. And I've just been compounding that thing during the ups, during the downs. And now I own 0.3% of it. More than 0.3%. That's significant. Now the token it's like 0.000 something, but I didn't get into it for that. I got into it because I wanted to do like this. I want to own a percentage of the gaming revenue, or the gaming assets. So I want to see myself at 0.3. Here, because 0.3 for an application that has utility, the proposed DDD, the proposed Plinko, the proposed, I forget, Scratchy. That's awesome. So let me see. Cole says, all caps. So I have put fresh capital to counter profits. So on 5-2 compound daily schedule, and it isn't enough to generate profits. Correct, because unless you climb over, like, no matter, let's say that you're doing what you're talking about, you have to get over the person that is above you to get more out of this game. If you are doing your strategy, and because you're so far behind, you're not using, necessarily a tool, because you're far behind that person, that person's always going to make more than you. But if you finally get over that person, you'll make more. I tested this. I tested it. It's true. It's true. And because I saw Ray do it, and I was like, how is that possible? Hey, Mitchell. Yeah, we're talking about the garden today. Welcome. Missed you yesterday. So, I can't give financial advice. I can just tell you how I played the game and how I went from this is crap to, and only because the drip marketing gal came up with the idea. Now, he has been a little bit salty lately, but I don't know if people just go through a wave where they just, get upset with Forex, but you can't get upset with Forex. He's going to do what he's going to do. As a person who's been around since May of 2021, I get frustrated, but it's things like this. This is something that was created that nobody else did. Why didn't everybody do it? Right? Because a lot of people are going for money grabs. Forex is completely, I don't do money grabs. I go for loyalty. right? If you're loyal, stick around. Loyalty requires, a lot of blind faith, but for this, there's no need for blind faith. This is literally happening right in front of us. People are participating. Just look at the numbers. And a person like me can show you that, not show you, but I can tell you that my daily has changed some. It's not where I want it to be though. So I understand that I have to, invest a little bit more, but we're not talking about $100 a day. We're not talking about $50 a day. If I did that, I'd be way at the top. But for me, I don't play games like that. I don't want to have to put in a high amount of capital to ROI on my assets. So I kind of wait. Cole says, good morning to Mitchell. And Mitchell says, how we doing? And Cole says, bumping along nicely. How's everything on your end? All right, guys, I'm not going to read your conversation. Oh, God, I will read the last one. Mitchell said, same old. With drip, I don't let it affect me anymore. What will be. Smart guy. So, in the end, that's kind of what I'm trying to say is like, there's a play here. And I think it's as good as a play for people who don't have crazy capital to participate. Here's the reality though. Your asset, its value, as long as drip is not going up, you're not probably going to make money. If you think, or you're not going to get assets. If you think that you can just hydrate like you did in drip, that's not the way this game works. It matters who's on top of you in the race. If you're on top of somebody else, you push them down, they're going to make less, you're going to get their share. So it's interesting. It's almost like a car race. But I think it's fun. And I have seen the returns, and I want to be a huge owner in the app. And so I'm going to continue to be not, hyper aggressive, because that's not my risk posture with these dApps, but I just think it works. It allows me to say, you know what, I will take out $15 today and I will split that pair and I will go, pay a $50 credit card bill, something like that. But let's go back to this guy or gal. Where is it? Which one was it? This person, I wonder if that's a wallet. Like, I wonder if that's something else. But even this person, it doesn't matter. They are getting profits from all of these people, 1,000 pages of people, when they hydrate, they're helping these people out. So it's an interesting game. If you like this kind of game, try it out. If you don't, wait for drip, wait for Plinko, wait for Scratchy, wait for DDD, wait for the new UI. But don't lose patience. Oh my God, I might have to change the, I'll talk about it. So the AMA hosted by Forex. Guys, that's huge. Do you know for Binance Live, you have to have like 5,000 followers before they'll even consider you to go on it. The marketing that Forex is doing is really impressive. When you go to the site, let's just say you were a casual looker, it really looks like he's putting together production quality stuff. So, I did have a little bit of a wake-up scare when it comes to, oh my God, Forex is sick. We'll never get DDD. But, I think it will come out. Go back to this. I don't want that. Just let you look at, that's awesome. Maybe I will go back to that. Yeah, I'm going to go back to that. Hair looks better. Maybe we won't get DDD because he won't be around. So I think that there's plenty of games. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about the garden is because I really think that it's a play that people are already in. And if you want, you can get into this. And I think you'll see a change. I think that you'll see some level of asset change, but you cannot play it like the other games, and use these tools like Dune to say, okay, here I am, here's where here's where I'm going. If you don't see that, it's a lot harder to process, because when I wasn't using the tool, I didn't get it. Before Ray gave his little example of how he was going to be the top dog, I didn't get it. But I do believe, because we know whales love their money, I do believe once they understand the way this game works, I'll get pushed way back down. But for now, well, and only like, a couple dozen people come in here. Shh, keep this a secret. All right. I love you guys very much. And as always, keep on.